This is an emerging crisis. If we have the whole next generation decide that our institutions of democracy are no longer legitimate, get ready for a period of disruption in human history that will make the 1960s or the Arab Spring look like kid stuff. I was interrupted by a youngster on the panelists. There's a guy who created a network called Avaz that has 34 million people in it. Who here is part of the Avaz network? He says, Don, I don't get your point, really. Why is this a bad thing? I mean, why is it bad if all around the world young people are concluding that these bankrupt institutions of democracy are no longer legitimate? And all the other panelists who were young are nodding their heads. And I'm like, Bob Dylan, there's something going on here, and you don't know what it is. Davos moment. So, we have a burning platform for change. You know the idea of a burning platform? You're somewhere where the costs of staying where you are become much greater than the cost of moving to something new, even though the new state is not known. We have a bunch of problems in the world. They're not getting better, even though we're advancing in our knowledge and technology and capability and networking. We need a new model. So what's the new model? Well, I call it a global solutions network. These things are multi-stakeholder networks for global problem-solving, cooperation, and governance. They involve the private sector, governments, civil society, academics, foundations, NGOs, and individuals. And right now, today, they're engaging tens of thousands of organizations and tens of millions of people on a daily basis, and they're attacking every problem on the planet, and they're becoming material. They're beginning to make a real difference. And all of the traditional state-based institutions are just beginning to wake up and view this, if they're smart, as a huge opportunity. So, what is a global solution network? Well, first of all, we're doing a $4 million project. It's right here. We can be very proud Canadians. It's based here at the Rotman School, and we've engaged a good cross-section of all of the world's leading thinkers on this topic. First of all, they're multi-stakeholders. So the four pillars of society: the state, the private sector. There were no private companies at Bretton Woods in 1944 because they weren't viewed as pillars of society. But now we expect a lot more of corporations. You know, and some of them can even do good things in the world in addition to creating good products or services and behaving well, having good behavior. I mean, who's the #1 organization in the world fighting for democratic rights in China? U.S. State Department? I don't know. The UN? You could argue it's Google. Google took on the government of China and is fighting it. Now, Google does some other stuff that you might, wonder about. But corporations are now having to step up.